Okay, so the past couple of years, we've been hearing a lot about white replacement theory.
You've heard a lot about the great replacement theory recently.
In other words, you're being replaced and there's nothing you can do about it. So shut up.
Yeah, well, this may be a surprise to many of you, but I actually do think white replacement theory is very legitimate, and it's absolutely something to fear. After all, just look at the disruption that white replacement has already caused. Many of us have seen the dangers when powerful white people decide they want something, they annex it. And they've never had a problem replacing the people who stand in their way. In fact, on this very day in 1830, Congress passed the Indian Removal Act, which began the forced relocation of thousands of Native Americans in what eventually became known as the Trail of Tears. So basically, white settlers saw all this fertile land and wanted it for themselves. But the indigenous were in the way. They had to be replaced with white faces. So voila. More than 100,000 Native Americans were forced, often by the U.S. military, to abandon their homes and relocate to Indian territory. More than 4,000 died on the journey. White replacement is deadly. And it didn't stop there. It continued through the centuries with violent destruction of black cities, like what happened 101 years ago this week in Tulsa, with things like redlining, the redrawing of congressional maps, etc. And when too many people of color started voting, white folks knew what to do. Simply replace them with white voters. Make it harder for us, make it easy for them. Be violent if you have to, and use redistricting to let politicians choose their voters instead of the other way around. White replacement is a danger to everyone. Just look at the many Chinatowns across the country. As NPR points out, they originally formed at the edges of downtowns. They represented more than 150 years of immigrant survival. Not anymore. The problem? In many cases, white people wanted that sweet downtown real estate. The solution? Replace the folks who are already there. A study of Chinatowns in Philadelphia, New York, and Boston showed that the number of white residents in Chinatowns was growing at a faster rate than the overall population in those cities. So the systems the working class people in those communities rely on for survival are disrupted, and they have to bounce. White replacement is costly. From the Latino community getting priced out of San Francisco's Mission District to New York's Lower East Side pushing out Puerto Ricans who can't survive the housing market, this modern-day colonialism continues to disrupt and displace so that well-off white people can live without the inconvenience of the very folks who gave the community its life. White replacement is gangster. That's especially seen right here in the nation's capital, when the wealthy and white caught wind of how dope D.C. was with cultural history, housing black excellence. They simply said, it's mine now, and doused Chocolate City with vanilla creamer, all whilst complaining about the thriving, joyful noises of go-go bands. White replacement can strangle culture. So yes, we should all be concerned about white replacement. It is, after all, a very threat to our survival here. And I suppose white replacement requires study by some. Perhaps this should be a tenet of critical race theory. The people who want to replace us literally can't live without us. Meanwhile, we're just out here trying to survive them while they come up with new dumbass reasons to fear us. Infuriating.